Beginning in 1843, immigrants traveled across the continent along what became known as the Oregon Trail. Increased traffic during the 1850s resulted in the first government road construction project in the West. The 345-mile central division of the Pacific Wagon Road went from South Pass, Wyoming to City of Rocks, Idaho, a geologic formation which marked the division's western boundary. Superintendent Frederick W. Lander of Salem, Massachusetts, supervised construction for the U.S. Department of the Interior. The 256-mile section of the road leading from South Pass to Fort Hall, Idaho, is known as the Lander Cutoff. Here, the cutoff traverses the Smoking Creek Canyon, now known as Stump Creek Canyon. The new route afforded water, wood, and forage for immigrants and their stock. Between 1858 and 1912, it provided travelers with a new, shorter route to Oregon and California, saving wagon trains 7 days. Lander, with a crew of 15 engineers, surveyed the route in the summer of 1857. The following summer, 115 men, many recruited from Salt Lake City's Mormon immigrants, constructed the road in less than 90 days at a cost of $67,873. The invention of the automobile led to its abandonment.
All righty, just starting out on a little adventure ride on a gravel road. Pedaling along. I don't expect it to be any different than this all the way to our destination. According to Google Earth, it's about a 6-mile trip each way. So it should be about a 12-mile bike ride. Looking forward to it. Beautiful day, 81 degrees. Rained quite a bit yesterday, so not anticipating much for dust. Don't anticipate getting a workout, but it is what it is. Just gonna enjoy the day and go see if we can find some wagon rides from the Oregon Trail. Pretty exciting. Well, we're 4.2 miles up the road, and this is the second cabin I've come to. And that has not been lived in for a very, very long time. You can see their porta-can down here. Bet that was painful in the winter. Getting up to go to the bathroom any time of day. Imagine that. Hardy people. Well, their sign broke in half, but it says wagon ruts to the left. Emphatically then, we are crossing the Rocky Mountains. Had you been here in the summer of 1859, you would have witnessed 13,000 stalwart souls pass by with their 79,000 head of stock. Cattle, oxen, mules, horses. Immigrant wagons traveled on the Lander Road, or trail, through 1912. Although there is no account, approximately 200 200,000 to 250,000 proud builders of the nation came this way, heading to California, Oregon, and Washington. It's humbling. There's a little note down here. The worst has passed. Having arrived here, the worst was behind the emigrants. They came 166 miles from the Sweetwater River crossing and had 90 miles of relatively easy travel to reach Fort Hall, Idaho. All right, I'm going to leave my bike here and we'll go walk around a little bit, see if we can find some of those ruts. Anyway, wild country, lots of wildlife here, so I definitely plan accordingly whenever I'm on these kind of adventure missions, whether I'm hiking or riding an e-bike. Yeah, definitely, right here. Boy, think of the work down trees must have created for those poor folks. Tired, trying to get somewhere for the night, and you got a tree. It's not like they pulled out their Husqvarna chainsaws and went to work either. Everything by hand. Oh, we're walking back, headed north-northwest on the Oregon Trail. Wagon ruts are just behind us. Just thought I'd give you a view of what they saw. Even this. I mean, downhill, I know that tree wasn't there, but there were trees like that. But downhill, off camber, big rock. No suspension at all in the wagons. I mean, a wooden axle and wooden wheels that failed often. They'd had to fabricate parts along the way. I guess they were wagons. They were so rough to ride in that they literally just hauled their goods in the wagon and they walked. So it wasn't like they were sitting on a lazy boy recliner letting the livestock do the work. No, sir. They walked. I think I read somewhere where 20 miles was a good day, which that's a lot. Day after day, 20 miles a day. Imagine the blisters. It's not so hard to think about. We have merino wool socks and athletic shoes, and carbon fiber trekking poles, and even if we do have to go 20 miles, this has got to be amazing. I couldn't do it. No way. I don't think many in my generation could have done it. But maybe you just do what you have to do. This is late August and pretty good flow of water. But can you imagine doing this, earlier in the year? I don't know when they came through with the snow in the Midwest, and probably about this time of year, trying to get west before the snow hits the Rockies.
Here's a historical marker here. Unfortunately, some hillbillies have put some shotgun slugs through the sign. What a shame. But I'll read it to you. It's called the most valuable salt spring on our continent. In 1866, John H. Stump and Benjamin Franklin White of Oneida County, Idaho, acquired ownership of this salt spring. To extract salt, they boiled spring water to a slick, thick slurry in large metal pans, placing the slurry on tables to dry. When the salt dried, they bagged it and shipped it to western Montana to be used in the gold fields and the processing of ore. By 1879, the railroad reached the gold fields. Cheaper salt could then be shipped from Utah, thus ending the Oneida Salt Works operation.
$13.99 miles. I'm saying about 700 feet, but honestly, I never even knew I was climbing. And I kept the bike in low power eco mode, except for that hill. So super easy ride. I saw a total of 0 people the whole day. Hope you enjoyed it.